So that slightly risque title. I'm not propositioning anyone. I want to talk about physical formats, physical music formats. Where do we stand? I myself have a mixture of, vinyl, CDs, cassettes. Anyone who's watched any of my videos will see me kind of showing stuff off in all sorts of formats. And I do still crave maybe, that feeling of having a tangible physical object when I want to buy some new music. But it's very complicated nowadays, isn't it? So let's talk about it. So yeah, physical formats, vinyl, CD, cassette versus, streaming. Yeah, I think there are probably three things that we can consider which might, firm up what are the best things for us to do as, humans, as a species. And personally, what might be the best thing for you? Okay, first up, the primary consideration for most people, for me certainly as well, cash, cost, how much? Yeah, looking at new music, new vinyl is expensive, anywhere between 20 and 40 quid for a new vinyl LP. CDs obviously cheaper, I don't know, 10 to 15 pounds. Yeah, cassettes are a bit harder to quantify because it seems despite there being a little bit of a kind of a low-key cassette revival, they're still fairly niche. But in the few places that I've, been able to kind of check prices at, they seem to be costing around about the same as a CD. Yeah, of course, they're new costs, but naturally, used, everything is cheaper, unless it is, super rare or collectible. But the thing I've noticed is that higher premium on, new vinyl records is, in my experience, of, looking via eBay, crate digging, charity, Goodwill, car boot sales, yard sales, it's having an effect on the prices of used vinyl too. Sellers are naturally going to see, what is a vinyl revival. They see all the newspaper headlines, vinyl outselling CDs, vinyl doing very well, and they will set their prices higher because they can. Yeah, someone once said, it's the economy, stupid. Well, in this case, it's actually the market. The market defines the price. So the second consideration, I think, is the benefit. What is it that benefits the artists, the musicians that we're fans of, the people we support? I talked recently about some pieces I'd read, and the whole issue around the pitiful streaming revenues for less established, smaller artists means that clearly physical sales are going to be far more profitable for them. And in fact, when you think about it, doing something like selling music at live shows, that's clearly a great way of bypassing, the streaming issue, bypassing, record company issues. But it does rely on artists being able to keep up a very constant, steady kind of touring schedule. And, and the audiences there being prepared to show up and, spend their money at your show. That gets complicated as well with just the whole side issue of, venues taking a cut of merch sales of bands. It just complicates things even further with regards, how do you make money out of music? And my third and final consideration, this will be quite a short video, is the environment. Yeah, I've been reading a little about this recently as well. And, let's make no bones about it. The carbon footprint of new vinyl records is horrifying. I'll try and put some numbers up for you, but just telling you as it is now, for an hour of content or media, streaming would use 55 grams of carbon dioxide. CDs are about 3 times that, 172 grams of carbon dioxide. But vinyl, and oddly enough cassette, way ahead with 2.2 kilograms of CO2 and 2.8 kilograms of CO2 for cassettes. So yeah, that's a huge kind of environmental footprint for vinyl and cassette over streaming and, to a lesser extent, CDs. There is a silver lining though. There is, according to some recent studies over the last year or two, a crossover point. So if you stream the same content for over 5 hours, then you have now overtaken the environmental footprint of a CD. For vinyl, that bar is set a bit higher. You would have to stream the same content for 17 hours before you are actually using more carbon dioxide to stream than you would for the vinyl record itself. These are fairly broad kind of figures which don't take certain energy usages into consideration, like the energy it requires to turn a turntable or a CD. So I think in environmental terms, the take home here is that if you're going to play something a lot over and over again, then a physical format can have far less harmful environmental footprint. So they're the three main points I'd consider. If you've got any others, please comment below. But in the meantime, is there an answer? What is the answer if there is one? This is just my take from all these things that I've been reading about. But I would say that if you're going to buy vinyl, obviously it makes more sense to buy vintage. the longer that you can keep old vinyl records out of landfill, you know, all that nasty PVC and all the additives that go into it, yeah, the far better for the planet. But of course, the issue with that is that it doesn't really help artists, does it? Secondhand sales, it doesn't help them at all. But the take home currently seems to be that for stuff that you play a lot, something that you're going to listen to over and over again, a physical format can be less harmful in the long run to the environment than streaming. Plus, this has the benefit that the artist is far more likely to get a bigger cut of that cover price than they would through the streaming giants. Of course, the opposite kind of holds there. For stuff that you're just kind of trying out, maybe you just want to check something out and give it a listen just to see, you know, what you think, then streaming is clearly going to be better there because you're not going to be playing it for as long. Personally, and this is just the way I've kind of, you know, adapted to listening to music, you know, I will try something out on Bandcamp or Spotify or something, or any other kind of streaming service I can find to see if I think, yes, this is something I want, and then I will buy a copy physically. That seems to me to be the most cost effective and the most kind of environmentally conscious way going forwards. And of course, if you can buy direct from the artist wherever possible, please do so. You know, CDs and record sales at shows will really help the artist out most of all. So there you are, just a quick one today. Yeah, I'm working on a longer video and it's going to take me a little longer to do so. I had all these thoughts kind of buzzing around in my head, so I thought I would just get them out there for discussion. So how do you listen to music? Have you moved over to streaming entirely? Do you just have MP3s on hard drives? Do you still buy physical media? So yeah, do any of the issues that I've talked about today have any bearing in how you listen to music? Yeah, please comment below. Let me know what you think. Anyway, that's all. Just a quick one today. I will see you again soon with another video. Yeah, bye for now.